Hey guys, welcome and thanks for tuning in. The battery level indicator bar displays and triggers some of the most important warnings and actions of your drone. I'll explain this in detail today, including a critical battery event that all pilots should be aware of. So real quickly before I get started, be sure to check out my entire series of videos detailing important display features of the DJI Go app. Link is in the description below. Alright, so let's get started. Running across the top of the screen is the battery level indicator bar. Arrows shown on the screen indicate the endpoints of that bar. On the bar itself is a flight time remaining marker, which shows remaining flight time until the battery is depleted to 0%. The time will display once you take off. Its position on the bar also reflects the battery level percentage visually, which is also represented as a percentage value as shown right above the marker. So when the marker is in the middle of the bar, you'll be at about a 50% battery level and continues to move to the left as you deplete the battery. It also triggers up to 4 events as it moves to the left and coincides with the other markers on the bar. The first event will be the low battery warning as marked here and is adjustable. For the Mavic Pro and the Phantom 4, there's also a critical low battery warning, which I'll show you later. The next event is a smart low battery return to home. This marker automatically moves left or right depending on both the altitude and distance of the drone to safely return home. There will be some battery power remaining once you land. However, if there's strong winds slowing the drone during the return, that remaining battery level may not be sufficient to return home safely. In other words, if you're flying far, make sure you don't have headwind during your return flight. Now, if you happen to be in one of the intelligent flight modes, it will break out of that flight mode so that it can execute the return home function. The last event is the critical low battery auto landing. This causes the drone to automatically and immediately descend. If you are not yet in a safe area to land, you must hold the left stick up to maintain altitude, else the drone will continue to automatically descend. The drone will respond as usual to all other stick inputs. Now let's take a look at where you adjust the low battery warning settings. This is for the Mavic Air, and this is for the Mavic Pro and the Phantom 4. You see that for the Mavic Pro and the Phantom 4, there's actually 2 options: low battery and critical low battery. Going back to the indicator bar, there are some important differences. Here's the low battery warning marker, the critical low battery warning marker, and for the critical low battery auto landing, there isn't actually a marker here. You would actually reference that red line right there. Alright, so let's go ahead and get it up in the air and show you what actually happens in flight. So now I'm going to show you how the return to home marker automatically adjusts in position based on the distance the drone is from the home point. Flying away, you'll see that marker start to move towards the right. Of course, this is closing in on the time remaining marker, and when those two meet, of course, then that's when the return to home function is executed. Flying back, you'll see that marker slowly move back to the left as I close in on the home point. This is based on both horizontal distance and altitude. So the first event will be the low battery warning as marked by the arrow. I'll go ahead and fast forward till we get to that event. So now we're approaching the low battery warning. There we are. The next event is a smart return to home as marked by the arrow.
Battery level is low. The aircraft will go to the home point in 10 seconds. Go home.
And the next and final event is the critical low battery auto landing as marked by the arrow. I'll go ahead and fast forward here. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and cancel the return to home landing. And now I'm going to get into position so I could show you what happens when the next event occurs, the critical low battery auto landing.
Critically low battery.
So now at this event, you'll see that I have to use the left stick input to maintain altitude of the drone. Otherwise, it will automatically descend downward when I let go of the left stick. Also take note that the red button to the left there, that's noted by the arrow, that does not actually work. So if you try and touch that button, it won't actually abort the landing. It'll continue to descend. So now I'm going to bring her home. I do have to hold the left stick up in order to maintain altitude. I do have full control over the drone, as usual with the other stick inputs. Alright guys, so that is it. I know I went through a lot of detail with this, but I thought it was important to do so. Thanks for watching, you guys. If you found this to be helpful, I do appreciate you hitting that like button. And as always, I've got a lot more videos queued up here for you guys, so go ahead and subscribe if you like. Alright, thanks for watching. Happy flying. Bye.